Guys, so today I have the Fall 2015 collection from Frenzy Polish. So there are 8 polishes in this collection. I will link Frenzy Polish down below and I'll get right into the swatches. So the first polish is called Apple Picking, and this is kind of a teal curly base with an amazing mix of glitters in here. There is like red circles, orange, mix of matte and metallic. I see a few different shades of green, red squares, and there's like a dusting of like a coppery kind of orange glitter in there as well. Really, really awesome mix. So here's the first coat. So this one is a bit sheer on the first coat. I'm getting a little bit of glitter out, but not a lot. I'm getting a lot of the finer glitter, just not any of the larger ones. The formula on this one is smooth, easy to apply. It does want to run a little tiny bit, so you have to make sure to do a really thin coat just to keep it from pooling on the sides of the nail. And I'm getting a little bit more glitter out, finding that it kind of sticks to like the middle of the brush. So you have to really lay the brush flat on your nail to get the glitter off that might be on there. So here's the second coat. This one builds up really nicely on the second coat, but it doesn't quite cover completely, so I'm going to do a third. I'm not having a difficult time getting the glitter out at all. I don't have to fish or swirl. I think what happened on the first coat is that I just wasn't pushing enough of the brush down to get the glitter out that was on there. So here's the third coat. This one covers completely on 3. I think most people would probably be fine with 2 though. I just had a little bit too many light spots that I wanted to cover up. Like most Carlies, this one will dry down with the base a little bit smaller than the glitter, so you will want a top coat to smooth everything out. So there is 3 coats of Apple Picking. The next polish is Crushed Cranberries, and this is a deep kind of cranberry, reddy purple shimmer. There's a ton of glitter in here as well. It looks like that coppery orange glitter that was in the last one, and then almost something that flashes blue. There's just, the thing with Frenzy polishes is that there's always so much going on, it's hard to pinpoint like each individual element, but they look amazing. So here's one coat. This one actually covers really well on the first coat. There are some lighter spots though, so it is going to need 2. Formula feels great, super smooth, super easy to apply, very easy to control, not too thick or too thin. And here's the second coat. This one covers completely in 2 and it deepens up to the color that's in the bottle. This one doesn't seem to dry dull and doesn't seem to dry gritty at all either. You will obviously want to top coat it just to help it last longer, but it doesn't need it to smooth it out. So there is 2 coats of Crushed Cranberries. So the next polish is Sage and Saffron, and this is really difficult to describe. It's kind of a goldy holographic. I feel like it has a little bit of something in there that has a pink to coppery shift. It's a really, really interesting color. So here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat, so it will need 2. It's a great smooth formula though, really stays where you put it. So here's 2 coats. This one builds up really nicely and covers in 2. It does dry completely matte though, so you will want a top coat to help make all the sparkles stand out. So there is 2 coats of Sage and Saffron. The next polish is Falling Leaves, and this is a white crelly with, looks like red, orange, and gold metallic shredded glitter. I feel like there might be some silver or some other color in there too, but there's not as much of it as there are the other flakes. So here's one coat. This one is very sheer on the first coat. I have done my swatch pictures for this one already, and I needed quite a few coats to get it opaque. So I think this is one that would be best over white, just as a topper. I think you'd still get the same curly effect, but you wouldn't have to layer as many coats. The formula is good though. It might be a little tiny bit on the thick side. It's not terrible. So here's 2 coats. So this one is still a bit sheer and a little bit streaky on the second coat. Like I said, formula might be a little bit thick, but barely noticeable. So here is 3 coats. This one covers maybe like 80% on the third coat. I do kind of max out the coats on these videos at 3 just for time's sake. Like I said, I really think this is a good one, a good candidate for layering over white though, because I do really, really like this curly. It's super unique. So there is 3 coats of Falling Leaves. The next polish is Berry Cobbler, and this is like a bluey purple base with a bunch of different glitters and shimmers mixed in there. Lots of different shades of blue and purple, some sparks of what looks like red or pink and gold in there as well. So here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat. Formula is good though, smooth, easy to apply. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2, builds up really, really nicely. It dries a little bit dull and it is a little bit gritty as well, so you will want a top coat to make it glossy and smooth out that grit. So there is 2 coats of Berry Cobbler. So the next polish is Nature Walk, and this is kind of a moss green holographic with some green flakies in there. Looks like there's something that sparks a little bit red too. So here's 1 coat. This one covers pretty well on the first coat. It's a little bit uneven though. Formula feels good. Does feel like if you put it on too thick, it's going to want to run or pool though. So here's 2 coats. This one builds up nicely and covers completely in 2. It dries pretty shiny too. I was expecting it to dry dull because some of the other ones in the collection did, but it's pretty shiny. So there is 2 coats of Nature Walk. The next polish is Fireside Therapy, and this is a brown jelly with multicolored micro flakies and glitter. That's the description on the paper. I see orange and gold for the most part. I do think there's a small bit of some pink and blue in there as well. So here's 1 coat. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat. Formula is good though. I do feel like it would run a little bit if you put it on too thick. So here's 2 coats. This one does build up well on the second coat, but I still feel like it's not quite the color that's in the bottle, so I'm going to do a 3rd. This one will dry a little bit gritty though, because there is a good amount of glitter in there, so you will want a top coat to smooth it out. So here's 3 coats. So this one covers completely in 3, and it does match the color that's in the bottle. This really does make me think of a fire, like fireplace fire. So there is 3 coats of Fireside Therapy. And the last polish is called Cashmere Sweater, and this is a light dusty pink holographic with silver, it looks like little silver flakies or small silver micro glitter. So here's 1 coat. For as light as this color is, it covers really well on the first coat. It is a little bit patchy though. Formula is fantastic, like perfect. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2, and it dries fairly shiny as well. So there is 2 coats of Cashmere Sweater. So my favorite is Falling Leaves. I knew this was going to be my favorite, like as soon as I saw the pictures on Instagram before I even had it, I knew this one was going to be my favorite because it is like one of the most unique curlies I think I've seen in a really long time. It really does look like crunched up leaves. It's so pretty, so pretty. Really, really like this one. So that is the Fall 2015 collection from Frenzy Polish. Again, I will have all the release details down in the description box, and I will link the website down below there as well. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.